Walking into the office as we speak right now, I wanted to take a moment to thank you for the support recently. Back-to-back 1,000 view videos is something this channel has never done. It has me pumped up to keep going, keep getting better, and producing daily sales content to help you become more successful sooner rather than later. This week is my company's sales kickoff, so I'm gonna be on a lot of internal meetings, learning a lot of new things, and getting in the right mindset for the year. I feel like we're at that time where we are officially in 2022. I spent a lot of time towards the tail end of December, early January, thinking about all the big things I want to do and accomplish this year. Now is the time. We are officially in the moment. Now is the time to start taking action towards those goals you've been thinking about. Don't put it off any longer. Today is the day to get started. I'm here to tell you that right now. You guys already know how I'm gonna get started. This is my favorite thing about the office. Look at that. When the lights just pop on like that, that's how you know you're the very first person. They're motion sensor lights. I'm gonna go sit at that desk. I'm gonna be on internal meetings for the next 12 hours. If you're excited for 2022, smash the like button now. Backed by popular demand, we are getting back to the bread and butter of this channel, life as a sales development representative, pro tips to hit quota. For those of you guys who don't know, I spent the first 2 years of my software sales career as an SDR, living, breathing, dying by the cold call. Over 40,000 total cold calls. I'd love to hear in the comments below, how many total cold calls have you made in your life? In today's video, we are getting into the nitty-gritty, and I'm sharing tactical advice that you can hear in this video and put into practice today, tomorrow, whenever it is you watch this video and go into work next. 3 core topics. First and foremost, working with your account executive. Now that I'm an account executive, I spend a lot of time as an SDR. I focus a lot of my time and energy on how can I help my SDR become more successful and vice versa. So I have some collaboration tips there. Number 2, how to improve your show rate and conversion rate. This is something I've heard a lot in the comments. How do I get my prospects and customers to show up to my meetings more? And then more importantly, when those meetings happen, how do I make sure they convert at a higher percentage? And then finally, the third pro tip, which is my personal favorite, you'll have to stick around until the end of the video to hear more about that one. First and foremost, collaboration with your account executive. This is something that's super important, and I'll share my perspective as an AE and then my perspective as an SDR. As an SDR, I worked with and aligned directly with 4 to 6 account executives. Each account executive has their own book of business, essentially list of companies you can sell into, maybe 500 to 1,000 accounts. As an SDR, I only have so much time in a day and I only can make so many dials. So I am naturally gonna go where the grass is greenest. The grass is greenest is the reps that pat me on the back, that are gonna do me a favor. When I'm teetering on the line of hitting my quota or not, maybe they send me an opportunity to create in the system, and that helps me hit my pipeline, that helps me hit my demo target. The way I'm gonna build the relationship with the account executive is by providing them value. So you as an SDR, focus on providing value to the account executive. Number 1 way you provide value, actually set up meetings. So do your job, do the work, put in the time to figure out how can you set more meetings in the accounts that my account executive actually cares about. Number 2, this is something that I think is a missed opportunity for so many of us out there. If you're not actually able to set the meetings, that's ultimately the benchmark of success. If you're not able to set meetings, let the account executive know that you're actually doing the work. And the way you do that is when you get email replies, when you're told no, maybe forward that email to your account executive and say, hey, update on this account, I heard no, I'll follow back up in 3 months. Or maybe you have a live conversation, it doesn't really go anywhere, but maybe you get a reference or referral and you let your account executive know of that update so they understand more about the account. And then when you set a meeting, let them know, send the calendar invite and then message them and say, hey, I just had a great conversation. This is gonna be a great meeting. Here's the context I have. Get them excited. By doing that, the account executive will think, wow, the SDR is working so hard. They really care. They wanna help me. So naturally, shifting to the perspective of the account executive, I want to help them. And the way I help my SDR, and if you're an SDR and you hear this, you can do this as well. I put together a weekly plan with my SDR. I meet with them weekly. So collaboration is really important. If you're an SDR, if you're an account executive, meet with one another. Meet with your person weekly. Speak with them about how are they doing. Ask them about their life outside of work. Get to know them, care about them. Building a relationship will fortify that and help one another. But ultimately, I have a working Google document and I write down what are the top accounts, who are the top prospects, who are the warm people. I want to empower them. I want to set them up for success, my SDR, so that they go to work on my behalf and view my account list as the greenest grass. If you enjoy videos like this one and software sales content in general, subscribe to the channel now, connect with me on LinkedIn, and check me out on TikTok as well. Pro tip number 2 is improving your show rate and your conversion rate. It's hard to get people to show up to your meetings. It's hard enough to get them on the phone. When you get someone on the phone and when you set the meeting, a pro tip is setting a verbal agenda. So prior to departing the cold call, maybe it's a bit of a loose set and it's one of those where you're like, I don't know if they're actually gonna show up. I always say, great, really looking forward to it. To confirm is blue table at conferencerooma.com still the best email to reach you. They say yes, you confirm their email, number 1. Number 2, set a loose agenda and say, great, well, this the purpose of this call, it's an introductory conversation. We hope to better discuss your priorities around XYZ, give an introduction of Qualtrics, and if we both see alignment, we'd like to continue the conversation. And if not, we absolutely can part ways as well. How does that sound? And if they say yes, they're naturally more bought into the conversation, and that will improve your ability to get them to show up. Leading up to the meeting, let's say the meeting's tomorrow, always send a reminder. Always send a reminder. As the SDR, send the reminder to the prospect, CC your account executive on the note, subject line, call reminder dash company name. Looking forward to our call tomorrow at XYZ time. Here's the link to the Zoom meeting that you can find in the calendar or right here. Join that at that time. And then give them value. Say, we discussed about the X. Here is an introductory resource that should get you more excited about the call. All about value. In every interaction, provide value. As the SDR, provide your account executive value by teeing them up. Set a great agenda on the call, show up, improve your professional acumen, and give the account executive context so that they have what they need to be more successful on the call. So many SDRs don't give any context prior to a call, and you may be thinking, but Trent, it's so hard to get context. That is true, but that doesn't mean you can't go do account research. That doesn't mean you can't do research on the prospect, maybe find company news. Do whatever you can to put together a couple bullet points, at least 30 minutes ahead of time, so your account executive has context, they're excited to go to the meeting, they know you tried, and that's gonna improve your chances of them accepting the opportunity if it's a borderline op. Those are a few of the ways to improve your show rate and the conversion rate, and it's something that's totally in your control. Effort is the one factor we always control in sales. That takes us into the 3rd pro tip, which is my personal favorite, collaborating with top reps and building your personal brand. I think they go hand in hand. As an SDR, as an account executive, as an enterprise rep, although you may be the best, you most likely admire or respect other reps. When you identify these reps, set up time with them. Ask them, what are you up to? What are you working on? What do you think is working well? What's not doing well? And then share that with them as well. And I think that collaboration is so important, and that naturally also, it will help you be better at your job, but also will build your personal brand because other people look up to those people as well. But ultimately, building your personal brand, the reason it matters is because it doesn't matter if you're a top performer if nobody knows who you are. I'm far from the best rep in my company, but I post daily on LinkedIn. I post YouTube videos, and people know who I am because of my content. And it was a conscious decision I had about a year or 2 ago, and I said, you know what, like this whole career thing's awesome, but I need people to know who I am so that I can advance up this company, so that I can make more of an impact. And I'm building a brand outside of my company. So one day if I happen to leave this organization, which I don't see myself doing anytime soon, I will have a brand. I have dozens of job offers that come in weekly because people see me. People see me on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the place to double down on your personal brand in 2022 if you aren't already. If you don't care about getting attention, if you don't care about being seen, if you don't care about being heard, you naturally are going to be limited from a success standpoint, because I really think that money follows attention, and you need attention in the attention experience economy. You still can build a great business with nobody knowing who you are. It's just going to be hard. If you enjoyed this video here today or got any value from it, crush the like button now. Let me know in the comments, how many cold calls have you made? Be honest. Subscribe to the channel for more sales videos. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Check me out on TikTok. See ya.